Denobi2 here. Thank you for joining me once again on another visual tour. This time, let's take the time and honor the fallen comrades of hot toy figures that never were, or will most likely never be made. Start off with Sigourney Weaver's Power Loader. This would have been version 2.0. It was shown last year, San Diego's Comic-Con, and it just disappeared. Could have been her sculpt, it could have been the lack of demand. Who knows? That's why I decided to make this video. This would have been a nice piece. They would have fixed a lot. The blue steel Iron Man, yes, they did have it. It was an official Hot Toys figure. And the translucent Mark IV, probably just for promo, but the blue steel is one I wanted to show. Oh, look at that. The Helicarrier that never was. Probably never will be either. This thing was gorgeous. I actually would have bought this. This would have been a really nice piece to collect. And it just, that was it. You saw some production stills. You got to see what I thought was a complete model, complete finished piece at Comic-Con, and that was it. Disappeared. Poof. Oh, look at this bad boy. The Rhino. Look at that. This sucker was complete. I don't care what anybody says. This was not the prototype. This thing was ready to go into production. It was highly detailed. I didn't see any glue markings. Typically with a prototype, you would notice glue marks and so forth. And this thing was, in my opinion, it looked complete. It was impressive. It was very badass. I was actually looking forward to it. I'm actually one of the few individuals that I actually enjoyed Amazing Spider-Man 2. And this would have been a nice piece. I like these nice, large Hot Toy figure pieces. I really do, and it's a shame that this guy just disappeared. We'll probably never see him just because the movie tanked. What a shame. And then the street version Peter Parker. The movie killed this guy too. This would have been another figure. And this guy just went poof. And, we can't honor the fallen, making this video without talking about the biggest one. Oh, good old Drax. Look at this one. Boy, talk about the 800-pound gorilla in the room. Holy smack. What happened to this guy? There's a lot of speculation in the community, licensing. The actor didn't like it. Barista said, fuck, oop, he almost dropped the F-bomb there. He didn't like it. He didn't like the sculpt, the licensing issues. Look, I hate to say it, I'm willing to bet $100 we're never going to see this guy made. Probably. If they make a Guardians 2, you might see him, but this guy will not be made. In fact, the only time you're going to see this guy with the rest of the team from the first movie is this shot right here. That's it. Get over it. All right? A lot of us wanted stuff. We're not going to get it. Same thing with the Batmobile, 60s Batmobile. This was filmed in 2013. This was complete. This was done, everything. The headlights lit up. Everything was complete on this bad boy. And there was just no demand. My theory on this is that there was just no demand on this at all. And plus, it's these large vehicles. Nobody has any space for it. People tend to complain and bitch about it. Where am I going to put this? And 60s Batman, what a shame. Another figure I would have loved to have seen would have been the Lone Ranger. This is Tonto in 2013, San Diego. And what's odd about this is that this guy's fully complete. He's on display here at San Diego Comic-Con 2013. And you do not see the Lone Ranger anywhere. In fact, I went through the archives here and I was like, I wonder if they actually had a completed figure of the Lone Ranger at Comic-Con. And it wasn't. That was it. Just Tonto. Just Johnny Depp and Tonto. I mean, in this version. And that was it. But the Lone Ranger, no. And that's a big scam. I mean, why would you want to buy Tonto without the Lone Ranger? It's a complete waste. And obviously this figure ended up in the bargain bins for most folks. And it's not to say that they never had a prototype or anything. In fact, the only evidence I was able to dig up on the Lone Ranger was these production stills from Hot Toys in Hong Kong. At one point, they did have him on display. In fact, this figure was so disregarded, he was surrounded by 2 Johnny Depps in the actual Hot Toys catalog. Which brings me to the Doc Brown figure. I have not yet to see a Doc Brown figure at Comic-Con. If I had to speculate, and I'm pretty good about this, I've been guessing this stuff pretty right, I'm kind of scared. I don't know if we're going to get a Doc Brown figure. If I don't see a Doc Brown figure in this year's San Diego Comic-Con, they're not making it. Yes, they're not going to make it. So, you know, Hot Toys obviously will go back and revamp some of their stuff that they show on these shows, and they're like, oh, this doesn't work, so let's go ahead and redesign it and pull it from another film. So I wanted to kind of show this here too. The acrylic see-through Bat Armory. Pretty neat, pretty neat. Yeah, it pretty pisses me off that they won't make the Lone Ranger, but yet they'll make a crappy Bruce Willis figure from a crappy, stupid film, G.I. Joe Retaliation, whatever. Like, subscribe, leave your comments below. This is, I'm honoring the fallen here. These figures will probably never be made. Thank you.